Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a chat with Slim here at the NZPBA AGM weekend here in Palmerston North, the beautiful city of Palmerston North. Great to have all the team in town this weekend. A very special welcome to Mike Stanson from TradeZone, who's on my far right, and Christopher in the middle here, president. Well, at the moment he's the president. We've got the AGM coming up, of course. I think he'll stay in the hot seat though, president of the NZPBA. Look, joined by these two gentlemen because we've got a bit of an announcement to make. Is TradeZone's coming on board as a sponsor with the NZPBA. Chris, do you want to first lead in before we go to Mike there? Tell us how it came about. Great to have a new sponsor on board.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the actual sponsorship came about from an idea I'd concept that I had at club level, and I'd engaged as the president of the Rotowiti Club. I engaged at a local TradeZone store, and it started off just with trade prizes for one of our regattas. And obviously, I don't have that job and that role anymore in the sport. But I've got this new role, and I thought, well, why can't we make this work at a national level? And so we brainstormed a wee bit, and and that's kind of how it was born.
And here it is, and Mike's come on board. Thanks for joining us in Palmerston North this weekend, mate, and welcome to the NZPBA family, we should say.
Yeah, thanks, Lynn, and Chris. Look, it's actually quite an honour to actually be considered as a sponsorship in the first place. TradeZone is all about grassroots sport and tinkering weekend warrior to the trade professional. And this sport really aligns with that sort of activity that we're actually dealing with on a day-to-day basis. So it's just an absolute natural fit for us to actually come on board as a sponsor, and we're very pleased that we have.
Perfect. We touched just before we came on air that you played a bit of, obviously you picked up the accent. Yes, Mike, he is Australian, but we won't hold that against him. Of course, he's looking around the room for the cups, but we've only got sauces on the table for him. But Mike, you played a bit of sport. Have you dabbled in a bit of boat racing yourself before?
Well, no, not. I'll be honest with you, no, I haven't. But I'm an avid surfer. If that's cast as motorsport, I'll take it. But no, not as such. But I'm really interested to see the events and the activities. And I know you've got a lot planned this year. And I tell you what, a lot of our stores and a lot of our suppliers and stuff will be very interested to see how it's tracking. And we're really looking forward to it.
Well, that's good, Chris. It would be great to get another gazebo on the bank at some of our regattas, particularly the nationals at Karapiro that are coming up. You know, it's a beautiful spot, and I'm sure that Mike and the team from TradeZone will relish the opportunity to be sitting alongside us.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I have been in talks with maybe the host club that may be hosting our nationals. Of course, that hasn't been decided until we get through this weekend, but there's lots of other things that came about with this decision as well. Was that we looked at our rescue teams and needing to sort of support them, and I think that was also part of the part of the decision that these guys have made. That they like the idea of helping out in that aspect. I can assure you that the sponsorship proposal that we presented and what they've accepted is going to be very, very good for the sport, and it's over a 3-year period. Yeah. Mike has signed off on. So it's all just really good, positive stuff, and something that we've needed for a little while in the sport moving forward. So
you touched there on the rescue crew, and I know there's an exciting opportunity for them with this announcement coming out. So it's going to be great to have some strong rescue crafts in both islands for the and not that we don't have strong rescue crafts at the moment, but if that's where we can push it. Then it's going to look. They've got to be excited with that opportunity.
Oh, absolutely! And I've talked to the two rescue teams, and they're very excited. Obviously, you probably might be a little bit ahead of yourself there on one of the announcements, but that's okay. But the rescue teams are excited. They are a huge value. We can't do the sport without them, and so I look forward to Mike and I had already pre-discussed about. Making them look smarter at the end of a regatta. They work all day out there in the sun, they're baking, and so we've got some nice shirts for them to wear, some nice apparel for them to wear, and a lot of the sponsorship, part of the sponsorship will be going to help support them better and make them, because as I say, without them, we can't race.
Perfect, and of course, they're a huge part of any regatta, the rescue crew, and they do, as you say, do a fantastic job. Mike, if I can just touch to you, mate, you obviously nationally we're nationwide, obviously with our regattas, and You know, it's a good opportunity for you to get some of your product and your staff along to these regattas as well.
Well, yeah, absolutely. What really appeals to us, Slim, is the fact that it is a national event. We have 33 stores scattered across the country, from Dargaville to Invercargill. So you having a national event in local towns and lakes and so forth is really going to sort of like bring us together, as not only as a sponsorship, but also the event. So I'm actually quite pleased the fact that it's a national event that we can actually get behind nationally, not just one island, which is, you know, really good for us. So no, I'm looking forward to it.
Perfect, and we'll, you know, not just the big GPs. Of course, you'll be looking forward to see some great racing with the F1 series.
I'm actually really excited about those little weekend warriors with the number 8 wire, the little things in the garage, tweaking away all weekend to bring it out. They're the things that actually get TradeZone going, because they're the smart people who, you know, are getting away from the wives or getting away from the family headaches or the business and so forth, and just tinkering away and coming up with something that's quite clever, quite unique. New Zealand's famous for that. The people of this country are very ingenious in how they put things together, and TradeZone like being part of that sort of environment. So it just fits, and have a national spread is outstanding.
No, that's perfect. All right, I know we've got time constraints upon us. We've got a lot to get through this evening in regards to the AGM. Chris, thanks for having that discussion with Mike, and thanks, Mike, for coming on board as a sponsor or partner with the NZPBA. That's a wrap from us here in Palmerston North with the new TradeZone team on board with the NZPBA. You heard it here first from the team in Palmy.